Hi, welcome to the Neil's Homestead, and today we're going to be making homemade laundry detergent. It's really quick and easy. It only takes 3 simple ingredients. We have borax, superwashing soda, and then a bar soap. You can use pretty much any kind. We're going to be using Dial, and then hot water and cold water. First step is to get your hot water. I have 1 gallon of hot water, and take my bar of soap and a grater of some sort and shred it up. I usually shred it straight into the water. I find it dissolves better. It kind of clumps if you shred it without water first, or add water to the shredded. I'm almost done shredding this bar of soap into here. Shredded more finely helps it dissolve quicker. Next I'll start mixing it to get it dissolved. This, you just have to have a little bit of patience on this to get it dissolved, and I'll start heating it. The heating part is critical because it helps dissolve the soap and it will help it gel. If you don't get it hot enough, it won't gel properly with the borax. You need to stir it occasionally to make sure it goes ahead and dissolves and doesn't stick to the bottom anywhere. This is coming along real nicely. What you don't want to do is let it boil. You want it just below boiling, but if it does boil, it's going to turn into a volcano of soap suds and you'll have a mess. You'll know when it's done when there's small bubbles starting to form. It's just at the edge of boiling and all of your soap is dissolved. And then you need to turn your heat off. Okay, we're there. As you can see, there's little bubbles starting to form on the bottom of the pan and making their way up. You can see it's kind of like foam starting to form. Not these bigger bubbles, but the smaller stuff here. And it's starting to swirl. We're almost to boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Immediately after you turn it off, while it's still hot, you put a half a cup of superwashing soda. And then a half a cup of borax. Just mix it up. It usually dissolves very quickly. Just mix it until you can't feel any grating on the bottom of undissolved material. Okay, I think we've got it all dissolved. Now the final step is to pour it in 1 gallon of cold water. So you take the hot, and it's pretty simple, just pour it in the cold. Mix it up a little bit, and that's basically it. So I set the detergent aside to cool off and gel up, and I think it's about done. You can see what it looks like whenever it's done. It's all gelled up in there. It's kind of a mixture of gelled and watery, so it's a good idea before you use it to mix it up each time so you get some consistent scoops. Pretty simple. I'll mix it up real quick so you can see what it looks like. If you reduce the amount of water in here, it will often gel up and just be gel. You won't have any of the liquidy stuff. So what we do to use it is we take a half a cup of it and we run some water in the washing machine, pour it in, and then we mix it up real quick to make sure it's broken up into small pieces so it doesn't glob up, and then put our clothes in like normal. And a few quick notes to add. First, about soap. I've found you can use pretty much any kind of bar soap. I usually will use homemade lye soap. Don't be afraid to experiment. The most commonly recommended ones are Fels naptha soap, Ivory soap, and Zote soap. Those will all work well, but I found others work as well. The amount of water you put, if you put less, it will make it a thicker gel. We will often do that, and it seems to work very well, takes up less space. It's more concentrated, so you'll use less of it. If you're scooping it out of a bucket, being thick is nice. If you're pouring it out of a jug, being thinner is nice. So it's up to what you're using. It also works just fine to make double, triple, quadruple batches. Just double, triple, quadruple the ingredients and you can have a whole lot more in one batch. It doesn't take much longer to do more than it does to do one, so that's a good way to save time. A lot of recipes call for essential oils added to put fragrance in your clothes. What we usually do is we use it unscented and then we add fabric softener to it and use that instead. That saves money that way. If you have any thoughts or questions on using homemade detergent, just leave us a comment below and we'll try to get back with you. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe to our channel.